Deep in a valley that runs down to Blackpool Sands in South Devon sits a converted mill, Blackpool Mill. Current owners, Martin and Judd, have preserved and maintained the original mill wheel and its workings. On special occasions, Martin opens the sluice gate, floods the mill race, and the wheel once again creaks into action. We are by the stream that powered the old mill, and if Martin's dreams come true, the stream will once again power the mill house. I asked Martin why they set out on this ambitious venture.
Well, my reasons for doing this was originally this valley had 4 water mills, all using the energy that is just going to waste past our house here. So I thought this would be a great project to use that energy, but is, without sounding too altruistic, really help the planet a little bit as well. We should be generating about 5-6 kilowatts of electricity with a payback period of about 10 years, but at least it will have an impact on our environment, hopefully. Okay. Well, this is what they call the 4-buoy tank. Why it's called that, I know not, but basically the water will come into here and then provide a constant pressure of water to feed into the turbine, which is about 15 feet below us. We also have a screen here for taking off leaves and a facility for the fish to actually bypass the turbine, because turbine and fish don't really mix too well. So what happens here is the water from the 4-buoy tank that we've stored comes down that high pressure pipe there into the turbine house. The turbine basically is like a water wheel, but very scientifically designed in terms of getting the maximum output, and then that drives a generator that basically feeds the power back into the grid.
Thanks to Martin. After 18 months of planning, it's been great to see the project coming together. I'll be back when the project's complete and hopefully see it all working. Hi Martin, so here we are, back and the project's finished. How are you feeling about the project now and now it's complete, and perhaps you can tell us something about how well it's gone?
Well, it's a great feeling actually having the project completed. The fact is that we turned the power on the 23rd of December and have generated nearly 8,000 kilowatts so far, and that's a good feeling. So it's a chunk of electricity that we have generated, and in fact we were able, theoretically anyway, to cook our own Christmas dinner using our own electricity, which is not many people could say that. So overall, the fact the whole installation has run without fault since we switched it on is pretty good as well, so very pleased so far.
That's quite something, isn't it? And so what are your feelings about the future with all the talk of droughts? Does that sort of fill you with dread or?
Well, I have this feeling that I'm probably one of the only people in Devon walking around praying for rain. Obviously when there's a lot of water it would generate more power. We anticipated the levels falling in the summer. Of course, we really haven't had rain for probably the last 2 weeks now, so the power output is down, but it was predicted that would be the case. Of course in the winter you want more electricity anyway, which is when we have more water. I just hope we don't have lack of water for the next 10 years, otherwise my calculations will be all up the spout.
And would you encourage other people to do this, Martin?
Having got this far and now looking back at some of the obstacles we've had to overcome, I would say yes, go for it. As I said before, there were 4 water mills in this valley. We're still using a fraction of the power that's coming down here. If you have got water and the means to put a project in place like this, then I would encourage you to do it, and if anybody wants to talk about it, happy to talk through my experiences and encourage others to do exactly the same thing now.
Well, thanks very much, Martin. It's been great to follow you in your project, and good luck for the future.
Well, thank you, Carol, and thanks for those lovely questions.